Hi everyone. I wanted to show you, in case you're absent, the basics of parliamentary procedure and then also show you how you can make up points if you're absent. So I'm making this assignment right now in Google Classroom. I'm not quite finished with it, so it looks different than it will to you later. But it says absent for Parley Pro makeup points. So you would use this for one of two reasons. Either you're gone on a day that we're actually doing parliamentary procedure in class, or for some reason you just were not speaking as much as you needed to get your full points and you'd like to get them. And everyone has an opportunity to get an A plus in this unit. You just need to prove your knowledge. So you can either prove that you understand this live in class with your voice when we're doing it, or you need to prove it by writing it. So I have here those same ideas. There's no extra credit available when you're writing. The only extra credit available is in class, and that's a very limited amount. If you have questions about that, please talk to me. So I'm going to have two documents in here besides this video. I have the directions to make up Parley Pro, and then I have the directions for how to actually do it. So I'm going to start there. How do you participate in Parley Pro? What do you do? So this is one of those topics that's difficult to explain when you're not in the room with me, but we'll do our best, and you can always come back and see me if you need some extra help. So on the left here, I have what you want to do, like in a meeting. This would be during a meeting when we're trying to make a decision. And then what is that action called? How do you say it? And then does it need a second from someone? Is it something we debate? Or is it just something we vote on? Amendable, can you change it? We're not going to work with amendments in this unit. We don't have enough time. What kind of vote does it take to pass this topic? All right, so if we wanted to start debate, let's just take the question. We'll do a silly one. Should we eat ice cream in class every Friday? So we're going to start with an issue. You're going to be writing a script if you're doing this in writing. So you'll put the president and then like member one, member two, the president again, who's speaking, just like a script. So you would say the president. The first topic for debate is, should we eat ice cream in class every Friday? Is there a main motion? So you would be writing that out, what the president says. A member would raise their hand and say this first one here to get debate started. I move that we eat ice cream in class every Friday. Okay. President comes back and says, is there a second? Meaning, does anyone in the room agree with this idea? If no one agrees with it, no one seconds it, there's no reason to continue talking about it or going to a vote. No one wants to do this. So the president would say, is there a second? You're going to write that. Member number two needs to be a different person, would say right here, second line here, I second that. So you're going to write that. And then it would be open to debate. So the president would say, is there any debate? And then it could be any member, just put 1, 2, 3, 27, whatever, it doesn't matter. But in your script, the next member is just going to debate it. So just pretend like you're that person talking. What would you say? Ice cream is delicious. It would leave everyone happy before they go for the weekend. They're, in fact, more likely to do their homework because they're leaving with such a positive feeling about the class. So I agree with this main motion. We should eat ice cream in class every Friday. You're going to write something like that. Come back with another member who maybe has a different reason or a disagreement and write what they would say. All right, so you can continue like that for a while, and I'll show you a script in just a second. But you also have all of these ways in our chart here to stop talking. Now, you don't have to do these. You could just run out of debates. When in a real room, when you run out of debates and no one else has anything else to say, the president would probably say, is there any further debate? And seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor of the main motion, that we have ice cream in class every Friday, say aye. All opposed, you're against it, same sign. So they're also going to say aye. That's just this particular form of Parley Pro. That's how we do it. So when you do a vote, it's always all in favor, say aye. All opposed, same sign. They say aye. And then the president makes a decision. Either the motion passes or the motion fails. If you are in class, you'll start to understand these ways that you can stop talking about a motion. Lay on the table means to lay that topic on the table, just stop talking about it. Postpone definitely means you're going to put it off to a definite time. I move to postpone this matter until Monday at 2 o'clock. Postpone indefinitely. You just say, I move to postpone indefinitely. We're going to put this off. I don't care when we talk about it again. This one is strange wording to us. Previous question. I move the previous question. That's all a person would say. But this one is important because it stops debate forever. If 2/3 of the room agree with you that we should stop debate on this and vote, then that's what will happen. If they disagree with you, then that means they want to keep talking about it and you would debate some more. And then you can also refer to a committee. Like if you're discussing something and it's just going nowhere, maybe you don't have enough information, you don't have the right people in the room. And so here's how you do that. So some of this is really confusing to try to teach like this through a video on paper. If you're confused, my advice is don't do the makeup work until you can come back to class and see this happening live and participate. This is if you've been absent the whole time. If you've been present and you just haven't been able to get your hand in the air and talk, then hopefully you understand what's going on. So let me show you what a script might look like. This would be what you would type up for your makeup assignment or write. I don't care if you type it or write it. So these are the point values on top for what you do. Point of order means you are correcting someone's mistake in the room. And a member would just say, point of order. And the president would say, state your point. And the member would say whatever they see is wrong. This is a main motion. A main motion takes a majority vote, and you are counting for a 2/3 vote. The president would say, your point is well taken, or if they're wrong, your point is not well taken. So one of the ways to make up points quickly is if you know the order of operations and how things can go, you can write a mistake into your script by the president, for example, and then have one of your members correct the president. And what you're showing me as your teacher is you understand how this should go. If you're right in your point of order when you go to correct someone, you get 10 points. So that's pretty cool. If you're wrong, you lose 10 points. So you do have to know what you're doing. All right, so here's an example script. I'm just going to run through this. The president would say, the next topic for debate is number 1. Should there be homework in ag classes? Is there a main motion? Member says, I move that there be homework in ag classes. Is there a second? I second that motion. Someone different agrees, right? President, it has been moved and seconded that there should be homework in ag classes. Is there any debate? A member says, I feel that we should have homework in ag classes because homework helps me to remember what I learned that day. If I don't have homework, I tend to forget everything that happened in school. Another member says, I disagree with this motion. I took ag because it's fun. It is my elective, and I did not think we should have homework in elective classes. Another member says, I move the previous question. Remember, that just means I want to stop all this debate and vote right now. Is there a second? Does someone agree with this idea of the previous question? I second that motion. And then you're going to write what the president would do, which is to take the members through a vote. Previous question has been moved and seconded. Now, because previous question determines if we'll continue debating or not, you have to have a greater number of people who agree with that to make it happen. It's a 2/3 vote. So if you have 30 people in the room, 20 of them have to agree to do this. Previous question has been moved and seconded. All in favor, please raise your hand. All opposed, same sign. Previous question passes. We will now vote on the main motion because we voted to stop debate. All in favor of having homework in ag classes signify by saying aye. All opposed, same sign. Motion passes. So there will be homework in ag classes. That's how that decision making would work. I've put the points in red here just to show you how this works. So if you're trying to make up points, you have to go to Aries and find out what were the points available for that day. I don't know what the points available are. It depends on how active people are in the class. On a really active day, it could be 20 points. On a quieter or a shorter day like Collab Day, it could be 8 points. I just don't know yet. So go to Aries, find out how many points you're trying to make up, and then you don't have to put the points on here like I did. I just did this to show you. So in this example, this person made up 13 points. And then you just keep writing. You can either continue writing debates back and forth, or you could go to a completely new topic. You just write until you have all the points you need. So that's why I say anyone can get an A plus in our very short Parley Pro unit. You just have to be willing to continue to write debates beyond what you've done in the classroom. Okay, hopefully that helps. As always, I can also help you, and you can come in and flex, especially if that's the best case scenario for you. Thank you.